I thought it's the right time to make myself available,
Appreciate
just to
it.
explain my thoughts, to be with you, to give our audience.
You've been here since 2009, so you would have been here for the financial crisis. You would have been here for many other crises. What did you notice about Dubai's ability to bounce back? The reality is it's completely different here. Welcome to another episode of RFZ Connect, where we talk all things business. Today I'm joined by Mahmoud Bai, my business partner and co-founder of RFZ. Mahmoud, how are you?
I'm good, Alhamdulillah. Thank you, my brother Ahmad. Thank you for having me with you today. As you just said to me that, we need to put a little bit of light on the UAE economy and the financial system. How is it bracing up in the current situation? So I thought it's the right time to make myself available, just to explain my thoughts, to be with you, to give our audience the real feedback and based on our understanding what's
happening on the ground. Because if you look
what's
online
on the ground,
people will be confused and think it's like a war zone, but the reality is it's completely different here. If anything,
100%,
for us, it's a bit more calmer, and we appreciate a bit of calmness because Dubai is known for its fast pace and
100%.
Sometimes.
Dubai is really amazing. I tell you a little bit about since when I'm here. Let's say I give you a little bit of background from the time that I arrived back in 2009. Of course, in life there are different challenges for the individual as a human being, for society, for nations, for countries. It's inevitable, right? It's not straight. Life is not straight line, right? Those days, it was just after the financial crunch of 2008 when I came to UAE. So
I like the fact that you called it a crunch rather than a crisis.
Yeah.
Because it's a good way to look at it. I like the positivity already.
So
a lot of the time you hear crisis, but once you go through the crisis, it's no longer a crisis, right? So
of course. And I tell you, Ahmad, what I've seen those days, the authorities and the relevant departments and division and the ministries, they were busy for revamping their policies towards protecting the interest of the investors, because as we know, there are more than 130,000 nationalities. They come, live here, do business, as UAE come up to the world's map as one of the vibrant economy and the financial centers to appease international businesses, to provide them the international business
processes
and logistic hub. It has a very important logistic and strategic location if we see on the map of the world. So the authorities were busy on those days for revamping their policies towards the reset of the challenge that they went through. In a year or so, I have seen that the investment starting getting more and more and building in construction everywhere, like to the pace that it was happening potentially before 2008. And it was phenomenal for me to watch, because back in the same year I started the metro. Dubai Metro.
Is that when they first just
it was a year. So in 2009 there's a lot of things.
So you've actually seen the place change
exactly.
Yeah.
It's back in 2009.
So for us that come a bit later, we just enjoy.
It was amazing to watch, metro is moving there and there. And I remember those days, it was so convenient for us to move from one station to another station. We used to have a meeting with the client. Primarily the offices were, always on the same Sheikh Zayed Road on Business Bay. So this was the area which is with the corporate offices. As I was in the banking background, so we used to go and see the clients. So it was so helpful for us. With the reduced time, we used to commute without any trouble. We used to have that card which is it used to have a monthly pass.
Oh wow.
I remember. So as many airstrip we want from zones to zone. So we used to make. So I used to have one which I can move around Dubai with metro, as many airstrip we want. But of course, it was the travels related to business meetings and all. But it was amazing that they started. It was first time for me to travel through metro, and it was the service was of course amazing, because anything and everything what Dubai starts, they do it.
Yeah, they do it.
They do it in the right way according to international standards. Sometimes they outpace.
Above, 100%. International standards.
Sometimes they outpace. Sometimes they outpace. I mean, I've seen it because starting from the year I came, because since I was in banking, so we used to have international clients, and they used to set up businesses here for some of the businesses for their subsidiaries, some of the businesses to use as as a procurement hub for the raw materials, some of the businesses for further distribution of whatsoever they are selling or producing. So
it's funny you say that, because Dubai is seen as a place, from the outside, if you're not in the business world, it's seen as a place essentially for tourism. But I was reading an interesting stat the other day, and it said only about 15% of the GDP is from tourism. So a lot of people don't understand Dubai is actually a business hub, and it's a place where people actually do business, and there's a lot of business that goes through the UAE in general. And it's funny hearing like what you said about you're not even talking about tourism, because a lot of people would just assume Dubai is just a place where people come and enjoy. Well, you can do, but in essence,
look, I mean, I would say tourism, of course, is very important and a vital part of an economy, of any economy, right? Which can depict the vision and the point of view of a nation to the rest of the world. Yes, I agree with that point. But the more important thing is that what is the size of the businesses? We should not forget that Dubai, you can place it with any of international financial centers. So the time when I started, as I was just referring, so from that day I've seen loads of business happening through UAE. Let me give you an example. For a business, they are based somewhere in West Africa, right? Like, their sales division is in the West Africa. So they're sourcing their materials, for example, from East, from China. So they used to have a subsidiary in UAE, right? To look the local market here and make UAE as a distribution division, that the consignments which are coming, most of the consignments they bring in here for the local and the other GCC countries in the region, and to reroute those consignments, for example, to other continents like Europe, and America, and further. And from this side, of course, that they had their head offices or sale divisions back in West Africa. So there's loads of such businesses. Those were using, or let's say placing their businesses UAE as their transitional or a business expansion hub, I would say. So this is, UAE has been given opportunities to loads of businesses. For example, they planned their calendar for international events. For example, World Trade Center almost hosted one of the biggest exhibitions of the world for globally, businesses, right? Globally, we talk about one of the biggest one, let's say like Gold Food, the biggest in the world. We talk about Arab Health, which is about health sectors, like be it medicines, be it surgical equipments, and the companies, those who are in medical equipments and machineries. And then the other one is Gydex.
I said that just a minute ago. That's the one that annoys me the most, because you can't move around. When it's Gydex or Gulf Foods,
technology and everything is with Gydex, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So
very,
people
very busy.
from all over the world,
it gets very busy,
from all over the world. So that brings the tourism as well as the businesses and the businesses interest. Those who come and see, UAE, we just think and assume like it's just like a tourist
Yeah.
destination,
Yeah.
or it's more of a business.
Business. Yeah,
Because if I see it and as I perceive it, it's more of a business. But of course, someone who like to do it as a holiday destination, 100%.
Yeah, exactly. So, in terms of like, you've been here long enough to kind of see the cycles play out, and as so as somebody who has been here long enough and seen the cycles play out, you've been here since 2009, so you would have been here for the financial crisis. You would have been here for many other crises that not necessarily crisis, but downturns in the economy that I probably am not aware of, and that most recently COVID comes to mind. So from the times of the financial crisis in 2008, 2009, what did you notice about Dubai's ability to bounce back?
Amazing. Listen, as I just started with, back in 2009, I've seen that there was a challenge, but the vision and the dedication of the authorities for the development of the countries and pushing the businesses through and protecting the interest of the businesses here were superb. All those efforts and keeping the businesses to make money was the priority of the authorities, what I've seen and witnessed. And this is
providing support for
100%. Banks, they were giving the liquidity to because of course I'm from banking background. Bank were giving advances, loans to the businesses for uplifting, to maintaining their cash flows and working capital, so that they maintain everything. And there were loads of supports that they did. They did it to the businesses.
Sectors,
100% to recover it, for a rapid recovery, I would say. In 2009, things were back to normal. Things were back to normal, like business was
like
happening.
7 months while the rest of the world was still
literally
getting back on its feet. Dubai was already running again.
The
UAE in general. And then what was the second thing you noticed? Because as they say, history don't always repeat itself, but it sure does rhyme. So
I tell you, because we've been in the bank, any financial crunch or an impasse used to hit the banking sector first, right? So since we were in the bank, so we were looking at the economy, we're looking at the growth. So all these factors were under our purview and our, let's say, our eyes, for example. And we saw this. I saw myself the second challenge, which we had to face back in 2015. It was an outburst which happened in the shape of WikiLeaks and then Panama paper.
Oh wow!
So this was for offshore banking, so like tax haven and all, and loads of businesses, overseas businesses, they were started thinking like we're doing a lot of businesses through UAE, though we don't have much more presence when it comes to human resource or manufacturing or distribution at that point of time, because I was part of SME.
The UAE is also a financial hub, so a lot of people.
And they were started thinking like maybe there's an impact which is going to come, but thanks to the leadership here, they braced themselves up, and the financial system, they brought about most of the improvements and the changes, so that to keep the financial system and the banking system up
keep
to
that confidence in the
100%.
In the market,
So the businesses should feel like we are in the safe hand, and the businesses, those who are happening, they are up to the mark. More importantly, I tell you what's happening. Put it in a banking way. Let me tell you that most of the banks in the UAE, which are the local banks, they are state-owned. The governments, mashallah, alhamdulillah, they are economically, financially so strong, so they back the banking system in a very, 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 very proactive, and primarily I would say that their approach always outpaced the international the banking and the banking standards. So they keeping in view the local banks. They came up with the strategy and the measures that were so necessary for an international business hub were taken at the right time, and we bounced back. And the confidence of the businesses and investors were stood alive, and we sailed through that challenge as well.
So now moving on to the most recent hurdle, crisis, problems, COVID.
Yeah. COVID.
It almost seems like a distant memory.
Listen, brother, it was first time I really felt like the life is literally stopped.
It's coming to
literally stopped, because you don't have flights. You can't freely move from your home to business, to kids to school. Like you can't, even if you need to visit a doctor, you need to book an appointment if they are available, then only. And if so kind of urgent, then only you can go and visit a doctor. It was literally a challenging time, but the more important and the best thing, what I can tell you, the best, I think the strategy has been adopted across the world was by UAE. Why? I can tell you, the first country to open the businesses with measures like
sensible measures, right?
Sensible measures was UAE. The first airliner in the world to start it operating the international flights was Emirates.
Wow.
The first country to open the tourism post-pandemic of COVID was UAE.
Yeah. That's when I relocated here.
Imagine, I can say you, the New Year, I believe hardly have seen any country celebrated New Year post-pandemic. But the UAE was the one I have seen it, that they did the celebration. But of course, not at that pace, but of course they were open. The economy was open. The tourism was open. So everybody can come. The flights were open. Still,
business continued.
Business continued. I remember it was a lockdown, March something, till June, first or second week of June. And then business is open. They started open with the precautionary measures. They started opening, and then malls, shopping malls, because UAE have one of the biggest shopping malls. They started opening with these precautionary measures, and with this social distancing and all these things. Put the face mask on. And one important thing, sorry, I forgot. I think UAE was one of the best in vaccinating the people, those who were living here.
They got it out.
This is the best.
They
100% vaccinated. I think the most rapid in the world, as I understand what I witnessed. And the system was so improved. Everything was followed by technology. It was so amazing. I remember I was one of the hosts, those who get the COVID jabs, because you know that I used to travel a lot. So it was necessary. That was more than important than your passport. That COVID vaccination certificates. I remember. So I did it because it was so necessary to travel around the world. So it was so amazing. I think the year, and we celebrated the New Year, we bounced back. And I think let us talk about the property. The year 2021, I have witnessed the property market really bounce back to the tune of 30 to 40% minimum. The growth in the prices, and people, those who got a lot of money, of course. Then one of the most important event I again forgot there are a lot of events happening in Dubai on the calendar. It was Expo 2020.
Oh, Expo,
they did it.
yeah, Expo,
it was postponed and then they did it. You know?
Yeah. I actually attended Expo 2020.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
That was also one of the biggest events.
You know,
right?
I assumed that was, for some reason, the Expo 2020, I didn't connect it to the same period as COVID, because it was the only place in the world where, you know, you could actually attend events and have those experiences.
They announced it, they organized it, they executed it, and they made it successful also.
It's very successful.
Yeah.
Very successful, yeah. So now that we have spoken about all the previous events and all the previous hurdles and moments of madness,
yeah,
from an economic point of view, how do you see Dubai bouncing back from the current situation we're in at the moment?
Look, as I have given you the history and the background that how they bounce back, I have a firm belief that it's gonna come back and the economy is going to bounce back. And since I see everything is intact, be it, you know, the stability and the systems and infrastructure and the businesses, everything is intact. Okay,
the show goes on.
Yeah, it's just a short time. I urge the businesses and, you know, the people, especially those sitting outside. There's a lot of, you know, fake news around. Since we live in here, I mean, I call it UAE. It's my home, right? And I feel 100% safe myself here. Yeah, than anywhere in the world.
To be honest, you know, I was thinking this. I was thinking about this yesterday, and I was thinking, if I was not here and I saw a lot of the posts I see online, I might also be of the perception that things are a lot more chaotic. But when you're actually here, you know, there's nothing to fear really. But what's even more funny is, like, you see like a clip of, let's say, an incident that's taken place, but you see it from 15 different angles. So you assume it's happening in 15 different places, and that's the dangers of, you know, misinformation
and fake news.
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you, that a lot of people, those who are probably maybe propagating, I don't know what their agenda is, but the on-ground reality is everything is intact, and I am 100% sure this is just a short time. People should not pay attention to these fake news. They should pay attention to the determination and the resilience of the leadership of the UAE as they sail through a lot of other challenges. This will also be over 100%. This is my firm belief, because of course, as I said to you, that, you know, UAE is home. UAE is home to us. We have businesses, we have families.
It's home to over 200 nationalities.
100%.
And it's the only place that, you know, that can actually make that claim.
But
you know, just as obviously we are business owners, we're investors, we look at things slightly different to the average person. We look for opportunities. And I was reading an interesting stat that whenever the UAE, from the financial crisis to COVID, it's always bounced back within about 7 months. So the markets have always, regardless of what sector, they've always made a new all-time high about 7 months after it bottoms out. So I also seen this as an opportunity. But what would you say to someone who's sort of on the fence and thinking about, you know, the worst?
I always see, if someone is thinking that there's a challenge, but don't forget, there's betterment after every hardship you goes. You know, so I don't see that this is going to have, you know, that, you know, widespread. I see it like, you know, is a matter of time, maybe, you know, a few weeks, a few months, and everything will be over. And you know, people, those who are just sitting outside and thinking, you know, something,
they might miss the opportunity to actually
100%.
capitalize on.
There are a lot of people, those who are still, they are investors, they are connected to us, they're still asking us, like, you know, guys, look, an opportunity for us to invest. If you see there's a lucrative opportunity, that's the right time to enter. This is what people were thinking in the COVID time, right? They were saying, oh, It's going to be closed for another 3-4 years, 5 years, nothing gonna move here and there. As I said to you, just from April till June, so we came back to normal.
Yeah.
Right?
And then in 2021,
of course,
we saw the growth
with
we saw from
precautions and
21 to
the social
up until now.
distance, and then the rapid vaccination, as I just referred you earlier. This was so amazing, and we believe that this challenge is also going to be taken care of the same way. Yeah.
So
and maybe we'll be referring after a few years that 1, 2, 3. I just gave you an example. The financial crunch of 2008, 2009, and then this 2015 of this WikiLeaks and Panama Papers. It was a small impact, but only on the banking sector. Yeah. Just very, very little impact. No, just people. Again, when we gave them the real ground reality, they said, "Okay, we safe," and they just let it go. And then COVID basically, what I feel,
was a reset.
Jolted the whole world down.
Yeah.
COVID was a real, hard one. What I feel, because no airliner were doing commercial flights. And people were quarantined. They were literally at home, so nobody was coming out for some point of time, not all the time. And it was really a challenging time, COVID. I don't see as of now, if you ask me to rate the challenges that I have seen as of now, even in my life, so I will rate the COVID.
I think most of us would have COVID up there.
It basically stopped the whole world.
Stopped the whole world.
Stopped the whole world.
It was global, right?
Yeah, it was super.
So Mahood, as somebody who's been here for 16 years, and obviously, your strong banking background has always given you the ability to work with international businesses and clients, and you've seen the markets go through many cycles. How do you see us recovering from this current, I guess you can call it, regional instability?
All the challenges, if you see, they were, although impacting, the same very base of the economy, but they were different in nature. For example, the financial crunch of 2008 and 9, then WikiLeaks and Panama Papers, again related to financials, COVID pandemic. Of course, everybody was scared to be dead if they get infected, right? So it was different. The life got stopped. And now the current situation. What I see is one common thing, and the objective which I have taken and I've seen all these challenges was so important: the determination and faith of the nation's leadership to resolve the challenge, to overcome the situation, the shortest possible time. And that's what I firmly believe is going to happen. And those who miss those opportunities which is just mentioned, potentially will be repenting of they missed this opportunity.
What opportunities they missed.
For the investors, those who are thinking that it's
on the
over,
fence, right? There's a lot of
guys, it's not over. It's not over. I believe economy is going to bounce back, and we're just talking about the memories I just mentioned. And you should be again, thinking, we missed that opportunity. Every challenge is
an opportunity.
Having
it can be
an
turned into an
opportunity.
Yeah. Every challenge
is just enveloped in a challenge.
But when you're going through it, it could be seen as a challenge, but at the end of
100%,
it's an opportunity. Okay.
So you should embrace this opportunity and keep your eyes on the window, as you say.
Keep your eyes on the window. Exactly.
There should be an opportunity
outside, right? I like that. Thank you, Mahmood Bhai, for enlightening us with your knowledge and your expertise. I feel a lot more confident that this is just another case of a bump in the road. But a key takeaway here is the UAE, Dubai in general, has always recovered from any adversity. And this is just we're going to look back and be like, oh, I can't believe that this was a moment where people should be scared. If anything, people should be doubling down, and if they were sitting on the fence and not waiting for an opportunity to present itself, this is an opportunity that has presented itself. So a smart investor would take this as an opportunity rather than buying too much into misinformation, uncertainty and chaos. And this is all drama that social media likes. The reality on the ground is that things are good, businesses are coping, and the tide would eventually turn. Thank you for joining this episode of RFZ Connect, and if you have any questions for our next episode, please leave a comment and we'll sure answer those questions.